Hey, yo, hold on. We got a brand new ego Weight Watcher, Edwin De Los Santos. He looking kind of swole ahead of his upcoming fight with Shakur Stevenson, the talented, undefeated Southpaw. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing ego Weight Watchers, aka ILL, where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after, and progress pics, especially when they have an upcoming fight. You dig, often imitated but never duplicated. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he getting ready to chunk him with Edwin De Los Santos. Many boxing fans know who he is. Some people may not know exactly who Edwin De Los Santos is, but I can assure you I've seen him quite a few times, most impressively against El Rayo Valenzuela, who's in the David Benavidez camp and works with David Benavidez's people and dad, and also against Joseph Adorno, a guy who beat Shakur in the amateurs. Now, I know amateurs are amateurs, but I just try to give you guys the facts. So in those fights, you had a very strong Edwin De Los Santos. What I really liked in those fights was it showed a contrast of styles. Like in the first fight, with the one that happened chronologically first, Edwin De Los Santos versus El Rayo, it was really a shootout. You got two guys who were like gunning to hurt each other, and they were hurting each other. I believe they dropped each other, and they both have a lot of power. So that was that. Joseph Adorno, I believe that after having such a shootout, as I mentioned, with El Rayo, De Los Santos or his team decided to just showcase a bit more, or go back in the gym and work on other things and work on overall boxing ability and sharpness. And you see a more conservative, the power was still there, but against Adorno, you seen a very kind of matured, even though it was only one fight away from the El Rayo fight, you've seen a more matured performance by Edwin. And I really like that, because I'm not a big fan of Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Like, it's cool, but my ideal fighter is like a boxer puncher who has brains and brawn. That's like the prototype fighter for me, right? Someone you got to respect their power, but they're surgical with it, you know? And when I see fighters that are just brawlers and no defense, absolutely, and their face be all like mincemeat, hamburger heel at the end of the fight, that's cool and all, but you know, I don't really get overly excited. Like some people just want to see nonstop shootouts. There's a time and a place, it's cool, but I like to see that fighters who have made mistakes either in this fight or a past fight, that they're learning. I mean, I think that's really the whole concept of life. I mean, if you're making the same mistake year after year after year, like in 2022, you made some egregious mistake, and then 2023, you're doing the same thing. I mean, you got something going on that you need to really address. Why are you making the same mistake time and time again? That's something that needs to be looked at, because if you're making a mistake and then you're not improving from those mistakes, then that means you're not learning. And I think it's very important to learn, and it's very important for you to go through things, and they're there to teach you. So seeing Edwin De Los Santos up his game and really have a different approach, I really quite enjoyed that. Now, as far as Shakur Stevenson, I mean, what can I say? Shakur, he shows a lot of promise. This has been the case since he was probably like 16. Everybody in boxing knew about his name. There's this infamous Devin Haney sparring. He's a southpaw, which left-handers give guys a lot of problems. And he should be the favorite in this particular fight. It's his promotion, ESPN, his network, where his company, the company he's signed with at the moment, fights. And Edwin De Los Santos is a PBC visitor. But I am looking forward to this fight. Now, as far as Edwin De Los Santos, the man is looking, he did a photo shoot with Top Rank people, right? Top Rank's head photographer, Mikey, and he looking kind of brolic, which is what I said at the beginning of this video. He looks pretty big for the weight class. Now, mark this down. I got to see how he looks on the scale, because he looks big for this weight class. So I'm curious to see if he's dead on the weight, if he has to weigh in naked, pause, but if he has to try and do second attempts, because he looked big for this weight class. And the ego Weight Watchers has been very reliable over the years. He looked big. His arms look brolic. And from the eye test, he still has some way to go before getting to 135 pounds. Now, Shakur Stevenson did miss weight before as well, and that was at 130 pounds. His body had outgrew it, and then he ended up announcing he's moving right up to 135. So this is only his second fight at 135. He's a gym rat. So I'm not really worried about Shakur Stevenson, but I will definitely keep my eye on Edwin De Los Santos and see how he looks on the scale. Like, does he look frail? Does he look like he made weight in the right way? Does he look too big? Does he have to weigh in naked, weigh in? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that because I think that's interesting. Now, on the flip side to that, Edwin De Los Santos being, he's probably, I have to see them because I don't even think they did a press conference for this. So I've never seen him face to face. Shakur might be taller or whatnot. I'm not sure as of me recording this video, but I would definitely give the power advantage to Edwin De Los Santos. Now, the danger is Shakur Stevenson is exceptionally hard to hit. You know, he could be right in front of you and he's mindful on defense and offense. So he's hard. He's a hard guy to hit, you know, at the end of the day. But it will be interesting because Shakur admitted that Oscar Valdez at 130 pounds, I believe, hurt him to the body. So a guy at 35, bigger weight class, only your second fight. To me, this is probably one of the most dangerous fights that Shakur on paper has had. And I even remember when Shakur fought against the African dude, Nakathila, he almost seemed a little bit weirded out by the guy's power. He said the guy's awkward with power. And to me, that was not one of his sharpest performances. I much rather see him versus Conceição or Valdez and all those other performances. To me, he just looked overall sharper. And Tim Bradley in that fight with Nakathila, the African dude, Tim Bradley said he was falling asleep and all type of stuff. And he's the commentator for ESPN. And I just remember that not being Shakur's best work, or at least that's what I thought. And Shakur kind of attributed it to the guy being awkward and the guy having power. So I'm curious because the same guy, Robert Garcia's dude, Raymond Muratalla, who I just watched in Lake Tahoe when I went up there, he fought the Nakathila dude and hurt him in the first round and stopped him easy in the second round. And Shakur went the distance with him. So if Edwin doesn't truly respect Shakur's arsenal and or power, and he's dynamic and awkward, I think this is a really tough and tricky fight. And it could be a good fight. It could be, you know, it could be the best. I got to see how Shakur looks, but it definitely could be one of Shakur's toughest fights and or the trickiest fight that Shakur Stevenson has had, especially when I'm seeing Edwin De Los Santos and I'm like, he big at lightweight. But again, on the flip side, I gotta keep an eye on it on fight week because being this big and your fight is coming up, you might have to suck yourself down and be really dehydrated and almost weak by the time the actual fight comes. So wait. I'm definitely going to be tapped in to see how both fighters look on that scale. Let me know what you guys think. Ego Weight Watchers, aka Ill, the incomparable, the unstoppable, best in the business, and it's not even close. Subscribe, it's free. I'm just the best in boxing, bro. So subscribe to my YouTube. Check me out on all social medias. I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, Gym or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work it.